Hello everyone, and welcome to the fourth and last video of a 4-part series I will be doing all about 7-a-side football. You can check out my other 3 videos about 7-a-side football, which is highly recommended because they have important information if you want to fully understand everything in this video. The links will be in the description. Today is a special video as it is an analysis of a real-life professional football match, and I will be discussing all of the tactics they use, which are covered in the previous videos. Firstly, I will be pointing out the formations and general tactics used by each team, and then I will cover the general principles used by the players as individuals and as a team. The game that I am analyzing is the first half of a semi-final match in the Paralympics played between Great Britain and Argentina. The formation being used by Great Britain is the 2-3-1. Here you can see the 2 wingers out wide, as well as the center mid and the striker. And in the back there are the 2 center backs who are in line with each other in the more central part of the defense. You can see the 2 wingers are staying very wide to open up the space in the game. The striker is staying far forward, and you can see that right off the bat, Britain are pressing high as the attackers are quickly closing down the passing options for Argentina's defense. Here you can see the ball is quickly played down the field for Argentina. Britain's right winger drops back to help in defense. Also, when Britain's defense is under pressure, the central midfielder drops back to be a passing option in order to receive the ball in open space. Here you can see that on the opposite side of the field, the winger for Britain is constantly tracking back and marking Argentina's attacker, who could be making a dangerous run in behind. Argentina, on the other hand, are playing in a loose 3-2-1 formation as their 2 fullbacks push up a lot and the midfielders sometimes push out to the wing in attack. Rather than being a mixed formation that goes from the 3-2-1 into the 2-3-1, it is more that the midfielders and strikers are given freedom when attacking, as they are interchanging positions a lot in the game. You can see that occasionally Argentina's fullbacks would try to make runs up the field as one midfielder would sit back. When these fullbacks made the runs, the midfielder that sat back would usually be the center back, as the other original center back goes out wide. The original center back of the team would also push forward sometimes in the attack as a central defensive midfielder. You can see that when the center back becomes this defensive midfielder, one of the actual midfielders goes out wide as the other stays central, and because the striker is given freedom in the attack, he can go out wide, stay in the middle, or interchange with one of the defenders. In this case, he became a winger, and the midfielder became the center forward. For Britain's first goal, you can see that they win the ball back after a throw-in, and the right winger stays wide when the striker gets the ball to be a passing option. It's good, quick passing between them, and then a little bit of skill to get past the defender allows the player to look up and see if there are any passing options. The central midfielder pushes up and makes a good run behind the defense to slot it past the goalkeeper and make the game 1-0. When Argentina concedes this goal, they are still in the formation with 3 defenders, and one of the midfielders tracks back to pressure the attacker, but the winger is given too much space by the left back, and after a few quick passes, the center back is out of position and the other center mid behind him isn't tracking the incoming attacker, who makes a good run in behind. The second goal that Britain scores comes from a corner kick. The build-up play starts when Britain get the ball in the midfield and try to play a through ball in between Argentina's center back and right back. The positioning of the defenders is good and they stop the through ball, but Britain's left winger does a good job at staying wide and waiting for the deflected ball, where he pulls off a good bit of skill to cut down the line past Argentina's right back, where it is kicked out for a corner. Even though Argentina's defender let the attack cut past him, he was still trying to push him out wide, which is always something a defender should try to do. The corner kick is taken well, and even though the Britain player is heavily marked, he is able to jump over the defender and win the header, which goes into the net. This makes it 2-0 to Britain. Argentina then go and get a long goal kick, which lands to one of the attackers, who are again changing in between winger and striker positions. One of the midfielders who is on the wing is under pressure, so the opposite midfielders drop in to give a passing option. Argentina's left back then pushes up and makes a good run in between the defenders, where he then pulls off an excellent crossbody shot that is low and hard into the bottom right corner, making it 2-1. When trying to defend this goal, England are in a position where one of their center backs has pushed up, so the central midfielder comes in to support. When the other center back gets help, Argentina's attack is forced backwards, and their wingers have dropped back slightly to help defend. However, the center backs of Britain are still too far forward, and the midfielder who previously dropped back into defense is too far back when trying to cover, giving Argentina's player too much time to shoot. And that's how the first half ends, with Britain leading by 2-1. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned how the tactics and principles of play can be incorporated into real-life games and situations. Again, the other videos I made about the rules and regulations, as well as tactics of 7-a-side football, are linked in the description. If you've watched this short series from the beginning, I hope you learned a lot throughout the 4 videos and can apply it into your own game. Thanks for watching.